Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Today's episode marks the final time we ever discuss a round 2 of salary cap, given that we are 3 days away from round 3 beginning in season 8, and season 9 should mostly be empty calories, and so I will not be bringing the salary cap report into season 9. We're only going to have 4 weeks left in NBA 2K25's life cycle, for better or for worse, for the majority of us once season 9 begins. I'd rather not do salary cap content, but that does not mean that I'm going to be done uploading and recording and maybe even streaming content for NBA 2K25 MyTeam. And you may be wondering, well, Jan, you haven't streamed in I think it's been 3 months, maybe even 4 months since my last stream, and my YouTube recordings that I've been uploading have mostly just been about salary cap. I haven't really uploaded many tip videos recently on how to, tackle certain agendas and other challenges that they put in the game, stuff like that. And so you may be wondering, why would you start recording or even streaming with 5 weeks or so left until NBA 2K26 drops? And there is a really big reason for that. It's actually going to be more so for me than it is for the viewing audience, if I'm being very honest. Obviously, when I do put out videos, I try to make them more qualitative, more hopefully helpful for you guys, by taking tips that I believe are helpful in my own experience and then sharing that with you guys to hopefully help you make MyTeam an efficient experience, especially if you're someone who doesn't have all the time in the world to play this game. But when I'm talking about making content that's going to be helpful for me, it's strictly because, and I think a lot of you guys that have been rocking with me for the last 2 years of my YouTube journey here with MyTeam mostly, I'm sure you guys will appreciate this. I've complained a lot about my own technical issues given the laptop that I had been using to record and stream this game, or if I wanted to stream any other game, I'd have the same issues. I've been having a lot of issues with that, and I finally on Sunday, 2 days ago, went out and I bought a new laptop. Now, I didn't buy that new laptop thinking that that laptop was going to be the end all be all. I actually took a bit of a risk. I ended up buying a laptop that's running a different processor that's not an Intel processor, and I know that is the gold standard currently, but I wanted to try another laptop because I figured if I got a laptop that had the Intel whatever it is, i7, I'm not great with all these different tech specs, unfortunately. I wish I knew more. I know more now than I did 2 days ago though, and I'll explain why in a second. But basically, I bought a laptop that has a different kind of processor. It's called a Snapdragon processor. It's more of like a concept car, this laptop that I'm running, and I figured I'll try it for a couple of days, maybe for a week, because I have a 2-week return window, and if I don't like it, then I'll probably return it. I found another laptop that I think meets all the specs that I need to make YouTube videos and streaming for me for NBA 2K26 a much more pleasurable experience, one where I'm not hopefully complaining too much about lag or my stream going down or some other random issues that pop up. So I'm sorry for the long intro here that has nothing to do with MyTeam, at least on its face. But the main reason why I brought this up is to say that for NBA 2K26 MyTeam, I wanted to bring you guys better videos, and that starts with me having a laptop, in my case, that can handle recording and streaming without any major hiccups, except for the ones that just happen to happen randomly. I don't want it to be because the laptop can't handle the load from streaming and recording with OBS. So yes, I promise that I'm working on it. Hopefully by the start of NBA 2K26, we'll have this laptop situation situated, and I'll be able to bring you guys videos and hopefully streams, because I really enjoyed streaming. I miss interacting with you guys all the time, and I know that if I start streaming in like later on in July and earlier in August, that there probably isn't going to be much of a turnout. But I really just want to see, what does the audio sound like, what does the video stuff sound like. So My only ask to you guys before we get into today's video content, because I don't really have a lot to talk about, the salary changes are pretty egregious. Once again, we'll cover that in a second. But my one ask for you guys from now until, I guess, whenever I lead off a video being like, hey, I'm happy with the laptop that I picked. Please let me know in the comments if there's any audio issues, video issues, you feel like the quality of the video that you see on your screen isn't as sharp as it used to be or whatever. Let me know in the comments, because that feedback will help me in deciding on which direction I want to go in with my laptop. All right, let me make sure that I'm recording, because while I do trust this laptop in that regard, hi YouTube, we spent 5.5 minutes talking about that. We're going to keep all that in there because, you know, it's important for me to say that because this has been 2 years in the making. I've been talking about getting a new laptop for that long. All right, with that being said, let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this video right here. And you can see that we have not played any games of salary cap since our last salary cap report episode. I believe it's been a week, maybe even 9 days. I think we might have played one game of salary cap that first Sunday into round 2. We've not played since. And looking at what they've done with our player salaries, I kind of wish that I did play games, because this is my doomsday lineup, right? Remember, this lineup on Saturday had a salary value or a salary cap value as a team of 17,700. And now I actually had a salary cap value earlier of 30,200. I had to bench my 12th and 13 guys, like remove them completely, not even bench. I had to fire them and bring in Al Ebhard and Donald Hodge to be my new 12th and 13th men, because they're each at 200 salary. That's the only way I could have been at 30,000 salary. And the reason for that, I don't think it takes all that much analysis to figure it out. All of our players have had their salaries maximized. Once again, I don't think we've ever seen 2K do this during the final update before a new round begins, right? Again, round 2 still currently going on, 3 days left in round 2. Round 3 begins this upcoming Friday, and so we're not going to be able to use lineups like this one that I showed you guys on Saturday that I wanted to run. This is my favorite lineup that I've run in salary cap this season. Can't even run this one with Yao Ming, because now Yao Ming, who is at 14,500 salary, is sitting at 18,500 salary, which is it's kind of frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully their salaries drop. I'm sure they will at some point during round 3. But regardless, this is going to be the salary cap lineup I end up running with, and I'm going to have to end up running with them today because, you know, I'm not going to have much time the rest of the week, and I still need to hit 750 points, which, we're 616 points away from. So we need to play at least like 3 to 5 more games. I think probably closer to 5. That was really quick and probably bad mental math, but we still have a lot of work to get done in salary cap to get to 750 points. This is why, for the record, I am not aiming for 2,500 points in every single round. If I had to hit 2,500 points today and I was sitting at 134, yeah, we'd be in a lot of trouble. I don't think I could emotionally and more so mentally handle playing against all those sweats in salary cap for as many games as I would need to play to get to 2,500 points, which is a bit frustrating. Now, with that being said, again, just to show you guys, I think your best route to tackle salary cap when the salaries are maxed out like this, in my opinion, you really have one of 2 ways to go about it. You can either pick a couple of players who are higher in salary that you really like let's say, for example, you love running, you know, pick and pop with your point guard and your center. You could bring in, and we'll say that you like, I don't know, we'll say you like Delano Banton and let's say you like Delano Banton and Donovan Clingan, I guess, right? Those cards are going to combine for, I think, either 12,000 or 13,000 salary. I think Delano Banton is at 4,000, not 5,000 salary. So you could do that, and then you'll have 18,000 salary to build around them, the rest of your team, with probably lower tier cards that are going to be maybe better at defending. You're going to really only want Anthony Black or whoever your pink diamond of choice is for shot creation and playmaking. So it does make it a little more difficult to build your team because you need to be more intentional with who you put in your lineup, especially if you're putting in a player that's pink diamond or higher, because the pink diamond is going to be eating almost 30% of your team salary, right? AK out of a 30K salary cap, which is a lot. you know? So, yeah. Anyways, point is, I think this lineup is going to hopefully do well for us. Yes, I know these Dark Matters are only Dark Matters because of their duo boost. I mean, these two cards, I mean, it's a freaking Ruby and a Sapphire, man. They each have, like, just a handful of badges, you know, that you can upgrade. But, you know, Ron Brewer ends up getting 18 Hoffs out of this, and I think so does Corey Brewer. Yep. So, we'll see how this lineup ends up doing. Maybe I'll record a gameplay because, again, I want to stress this laptop. I want to see if this laptop is good enough to make the cut for me for NBA 2K26 content. And I'm already kind of leaning towards no because of the processor. It does kind of scare me, but we'll have to see. All right, with that being said, I do have a couple of packs I want to open up here. And we're going to save a couple of the other packs for the video I drop later. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you guys what packs we're going to open up later. We're going to go to seasons and we're going to come over here. You can see I just hit level 37. So we have my invincible player pack. So we're going to click on this. I'm going to open up that 100 overall from the basic season 8 pass in this video, but I'm going to save the 100 plus overall pack that I have right here, along with the invincible for my other video that we'll be opening up a little bit later. All right, here we go, man. So let's first start. I guess we can get this Galaxy Opal out of the way real quick because, you know, maybe we get Wemby. You know, maybe today's finally the day. We're, you know, 2/3 of the way through July. We're getting a new Galaxy Opal. This could be Wemby. This could be Wembanyama. Eastern Conference post fade. Who's this? I have no idea who this is. Oh, it's Opal Patrick Ewing. I forgot Patrick Ewing got a MyTeam Festival card. I guess it's kind of cool. I'm not going to complain about getting a Patrick Ewing. All right. We have a regular... Oh my god, I have so many of these park packs to open up. We have a regular Conquerors pack, and then we have a 99 plus. These 99 plus packs from the park have been pretty terrible for everyone, I think, except for All That Jazz, who got a invincible Yao Ming out of his, which is crazy. I mean, I'm happy for him. Would love to see that kind of luck for us. As we get, they're both Canadian, right? This is like the Canadian All-Star Team pack. That's exciting. Okay, well, that pack gave us 1200 MT. We have a base pack. Let's get that base pack out of the way too, because you never know. Maybe this will have Wemby in it, right? For the record, I hate when YouTubers do that, man. They open up like packs or they see a shake and they're like, this could be Wemby. This could be this guy. Like, dude, it's not going to be. I'd rather go in expecting it to not be anything good. And then when it is good, like in the case of that locker code where I got Yao Ming, then you're just like on cloud 9, right? Because you never saw that coming. I just think having any other expectation for what you get out of packs is just setting yourself up for depression and disappointment, sadly. All right, here we go, man. Come on. Let me just see a shake. Let me see a shake. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, we get a Dark Matter. We get Gerald Green, who we've now gotten like 3 or 4 times on Auctionable, which is frustrating. I will take 3,000 MT. Thank you for giving me 3,000 MT for winning 3 games in a row in the park. Thank you, 2K. All right, here we go. 100 overall premium player pack for hitting level 37. Final pack here. While we let this marinate for a second, I just wanted to thank all of you guys, seriously, for helping me out this year. You know, I know the content on this channel, honestly, in the calendar year 2025 wasn't where it was to start the year. And I think that's because if you don't rip packs on this game, which I don't really rip packs all that often on this game, just because I don't want to associate myself as a YouTuber that relies on that. You know, I know that's great for views, and if you're a YouTuber that does that for views, there's no shame in that, right? I just don't want to do that. I'd rather put out, you know, videos that I think will be helpful to you guys. If I put out a gameplay video, hopefully you guys will find it somewhat helpful and maybe a little entertaining, just because I'm not the best at this game. But if I can show you guys that even I can win playing MyTeam online, hopefully that'll inspire maybe a couple of you guys that would rather play offline to just give online a shot, because the worst thing that can happen is you lose, and that's totally fine. But I appreciate you guys rocking with me and helping me get to 1,000 subs this year, which I think we hit before 2025 even started, which is awesome. I'm hoping we can grow a little more in NBA 2K26 as we're getting a 100 overall big. Who is this? This is Josh Smith, man. I already have Josh Smith. Oh, that sucks. You already have Josh Smith. He's one of the 15 to 2100 overalls that we see in every single one of these packs. I don't even have a place to put Josh Smith, so we'll take the 100 overall that we got from level 37, and we'll have to quick sell him for 3000 MT. All right, well, that was great. Sorry for the longest salary cap report episode, and I know more than half of this video was probably dedicated towards me talking about my laptop situation, but this is more of like a plea for help. I appreciate all of you guys that comment on my videos, and I know I ask for you guys to comment and leave likes and stuff like that, but I genuinely want constructive feedback, constructive criticism on if you think the videos now are the same, if they're better, if they're worse. I'm genuinely curious, just strictly from like audio quality, visual quality. Because I want to make sure that I get this laptop right, because it is going to be, a decent expense for me, right? Like the money that I could be putting towards packs, I guess. I'd rather put it towards a laptop that is going to provide me with day-to-day use as well, but I'm mostly getting a laptop for YouTube and, YouTube video and YouTube streaming content. So really would appreciate all of your guys' feedback. If you guys think it's working out well and you think everything is smooth, let me know. I still want to take a look at the other options, but I wanted to at least give this laptop a shot for, a couple of days to a week before I figure out what I want to do with it. Regardless, appreciate you guys. Look forward to more videos coming out. Again, we have a video that's going to be coming out maybe a little later on today or tomorrow with me opening up that Invincible pack. I may drop a gameplay video later on today with me using that Doomsday salary cap lineup in a game to show you guys how good or maybe how bad they could be. We'll have to see if I end up having time to get the gameplay out, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. Until next time, I'll see you later.